reaction. So they're using pure samples. And there's one...
that would imply there's a creator.
It implies you need something smarter,
yes,
more intelligent, more knowledgeable, and better funded than those biochemists to do it in the first place. But they think they're making progress, and I say, yes, what you're doing in the lab is remarkable. But notice, it's only the baby steps. You can't solve the fundamental problems like how do you get all the amino acids left-handed? How do you get all the ribose sugars right-handed? That's an easy thing, that there is no naturalistic process that does that. And so, and if you go to these conferences, they admit that their naturalistic explanations don't work. None of them work. Well, that would imply that there's someone, again, more intelligent than us that did it in the first place. And then you look at the fossil record. I mean, evolutionists will claim, well, how it all works, you've got natural selection, mutations, gene exchange, and epigenetics. And that's going to cause species to differentiate and produce more species if you wait long enough. If you wait longer, you might get a new genus. If you wait longer, the new genera might produce a new family, and all the way up to the phylum. The problem is when you look at things like the Avalon and Cambrian explosions of life or the mass speciation events, it's the opposite. The phyla show up first, the species show up last. It's the exact opposite of what you expect from a naturalistic perspective. And the leading paleontologists, who are agnostics or atheists, concede that in their papers. They concede that they're seeing the opposite of what their models would predict.
First of all, talk about the Cambrian explosion for anybody who doesn't know what that is.
Well, it's an event where the oxygen level suddenly jumped from 8% to 10%.
What would cause that in nature?
Again, the deep oxygen cycle, something called the Great Unconformity, which is basically an event where you got huge landslides coming off the continental land masses being deposited in the oceans. It forms the continental shelves, which is an ideal environment, shallow continental shelves for sea life. And so the